but you never know, Laura. It could be pushbacks. As you are the designate of the team, only you can answer the pushbacks. Yeah. Matthew?
Andrew?
Are you good to go?
Let's hope so.
It is time for the final chase. Your time starts now. The acronym YOLO commonly stands for
You only live once.
Correct. What is the official language of Thailand?
Thai.
Correct. Which US city's rail system has the Flushing Line?
New York.
Correct. What is the central gem of Kate Middleton's engagement ring?
Sapphire.
Correct. On TV's Friends, who plays Joey?
Matt LeBlanc.
Correct. Which astronomer first observed moons of Jupiter?
Galileo.
Correct. What organ of the body is affected by goosebumps?
The skin.
Correct. On which continent are the McMurdo Dry Valleys?
Antarctica.
Correct. The Pope traditionally wears what colour skull cap?
White.
Correct. Which organ do chameleons use to catch their prey?
The tongue.
Correct. An opera by Stravinsky is The Rake's what?
Progress.
Correct. In which English city is the fashionable Carnaby Street?
London.
Correct. Oh, team. Oh, he's really in form today. You pushed them hard from the very outset of this game, Matthew.
I've had a lot of fun today. You're lovely people. It's been delightful to play the game. Probably more delightful for me than for you.
I think that's a given at this point, don't you think? Sadly, got to say goodbye to that $4,000. Great fun playing with you, and thanks for joining us. And you as well. We'll see you next time on The Chase Australia.
Land grab.
You can't pull our fence down.
The nasty neighbour who built on their property.
Just destroying our life.
Now they have to pay to get it back.
Do the right thing, the moral thing.
Plus, the WA childcare centres facing a price hike.
Families, children will miss out.
On Today Tonight.
Tonight, a terrifying chase through Perth's southern suburbs.
Get him, go, 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 go.
Lives at risk, innocent drivers are caught up in the drama as a wanted man makes a break for freedom. Specialist police make a dramatic arrest in Highgate, streets locked off. A boat explodes in Bali, one tourist dead, at least 14 people injured. Work begins on Perth's only oceanside swimming pool. And a great sight for Dockers fans, Nat Fyfe back on the training track.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Rick Arden.
Good evening. We begin with scenes rarely witnessed on Perth roads. A fugitive leading police on a fast and dangerous chase through our southern suburbs. Several attempts to stop the wanted man failed when orders came down from senior police to take him out using a manoeuvre normally seen on the streets of the United States.
This is the moment 38-year-old Danny Brooks' death-defying run from police ended.
Here we go, here we go. Ooh, there we go. Oh.
Police hit the suspect's car to spin him out of control, and then other police cars box him in.
Yeah, we've got a crash and all cars are in on his position now.
Batons drawn, officers rush the car, bashing through the windows before dragging the wanted man onto the road. It was the end to a nearly hour-long chase through Perth's southern suburbs and an 18-hour manhunt. The man behind the wheel, Danny J. Brooks, a dangerous fugitive, police say, who escaped the Fremantle police station with his girlfriend after allegedly overpowering an officer and stealing his swipe card. He fled Fremantle after forcing a man to drive him from the area, then kicking him out.
Oh, get.
The Toyota Camry at the centre of this morning's chase was stolen from a house at Medora Bay near Mandurah as its owners slept.
Pretty unnerving, hey? Like, it's pretty scary. I mean, it's a good thing, like, we didn't wake up or anything like that. So it's probably a good thing that we just stayed asleep.
The Camry was spotted by officers mid-morning driving on the wrong side of the road, sending other motorists into a panic.
Traffic back incorrect side of the road, still northbound Rockingham Road, incorrect side of the road.
Westbound on Thomas Road, on the wrong side of the road.
As his desperate attempts to outrun police continued, he tore across grass paddocks.
He's going off-road, 6-1 off-road now, right-hand side of the road.
The first attempt to ram him off the road failed.
Got him out, righto. Stick with him.
Police did all they could to warn innocent drivers coming in the other direction. Karina Stamford was one of them.
Oh, extremely close, yeah. I mean, it was going to be a head-on crash. So if it wasn't for the cop car that, you know, had warned me, I don't know what would have happened, really.
Even with a tyre blown and the car driving on a bare rim, Brooks wouldn't give up.
He's going left around traffic back incorrect side of the road.
For nearly an hour, he evaded capture until police chose the safest moment to take him out.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. Oh.
One detective was injured in the final impact. They had to bash through the windscreen to get to Brooks. The 38-year-old is well known to police. Last year, he turned up in a Dutch family's garage, heavily bleeding from stab wounds. Tonight, Brooks is back in police custody, facing a dozen charges.
Crime reporter Grant Wynn was on the ground. Grant, how are the injured men tonight?
Well, tonight, Danny J. Brooks is under heavy police guard at Fiona Stanley Hospital, where he's being treated for minor bruises and scratches and possible broken ribs he got in one of those crashes. He's expected to face a bedside court hearing sometime tomorrow. And in some good news, that injured police officer has been discharged from hospital after a thorough medical assessment. He should be at work in a couple of days after some rest. Rick.
Thanks, Grant. Now to an ongoing police operation in Perth's northern suburbs. Streets were in lockdown near the busy Beaufort Street strip. Blake Johnson, you were there when TRG officers swooped.
Rick, they were hunting a man on a return to prison warrant for gun and drugs offences. Police cornered the man in his car in a cul-de-sac just off Beaufort Street. Then shots were fired, according to witnesses, about 5 in quick succession. We've just been told by police they were not bullets, they were instead beanbag rounds or non-lethal rounds, but you still wouldn't want to get hit by them. I'm told they're quite painful. Now, there are at least 20 officers here from the gang crime squad with shields, helmets and rifles. That man was taken away in an ambulance, clearly injured in the altercation. While police arrested that man, other officers stormed into a nearby apartment block at the corner of Beaufort and Buller Streets and searched an apartment on the 3rd floor.
I heard 5 gunshots and then the windows were smashed, and then I heard him shouting. And then we dragged him out and got him on the floor.
Police were here for about 3 hours, and then about an hour ago, 3 police cars sped off from here with lights and sirens. We're not sure if it's related to this incident or if they've found whatever or whoever it was they were searching for in this apartment.
Thanks, Blake. A boat full of tourists has exploded off Bali, killing 1 person and injuring at least 14. The boat, which had Australians on board, had just left Padang Bay on the island's east coast, bound for the popular Gili Islands. Matthew Snelson is in the port town.
Rick, the explosion happened just before 10 this morning, Bali time. Witnesses said that the boat was only a couple of 100 metres offshore when they saw smoke and then an explosion. 35 tourists were on board. They were helped to shore and then rushed to local hospitals. The 1 tourist who died is from Germany. 19 others were injured. It must have been terrifying.
Yes, was terrifying.
I'm told the Australians on board have survived and any injuries are not serious. Now, police believe that the fuel tank on the boat caught fire that sparked the explosion, but they have brought in the bomb squad to help in the investigation. The most seriously injured have been transported to hospitals in Kuta. Rick.
An elderly woman is in a critical condition tonight after a suspected hit and run in Spearwood. An 80-year-old woman was walking through the Phoenix Shopping Centre car park when she was hit. It's understood she suffered head and leg injuries. Police say a white ute involved in the incident left the scene and it was identified through camera vision. A 62-year-old man is now assisting major crash investigators. A 9-year-old girl attacked by 2 dogs in Bassendean has been discharged from hospital. 2 staffies were put down yesterday after they mauled the young girl's face and legs at Success Hill Reserve a week ago. She was saved by her older brother. A lawyer acting for the owner of the dogs says she's written a letter to the victim's family.
My client wanted her to know that she shouldn't be worried about all dogs. She shouldn't be worried about all dog owners. And that these 2 dogs will never hurt her again. They're gone.
The dog's owner is expected to face charges under the Dog Act, and Midland detectives are also investigating. The Turnbull government has scrapped the most controversial of its proposed changes to superannuation. A move to force the wealthy to pay more tax on extra money they put into super has been ditched after a revolt by coalition backbenchers.
Malcolm Turnbull's super softener.
To make it fairer, more flexible, with greater integrity.
The May budget's tougher super tax concessions, Mr Turnbull called them ironclad before July's election.
There will be no changes to the policy. It is set out in the budget.
Today they were changed, stirring this taunt.
Was ironclad.
Absolutely ironclad.
Were ironclad.
A planned $500,000 lifetime cap on after-tax super contributions is gone. Instead, the government will allow $100,000 in savings each year until a person's super balance hits $1.6 million. Cost to the budget? $400 million over 4 years.
I advocated for these changes. I'm delighted they've been made.
To pay for the change, the Treasurer will keep restrictions on 65 to 74-year-olds who make super contributions. He had planned to dump them.
When you're in government, you have to solve problems, you have to work issues, and you've got to get to conclusions.
Today, he announced his own defeat.
Labor wants to see the legislation before deciding whether to back it. Tim Lester, 7 News.
The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has paved the way for Seven West Media to buy the Sunday Times newspaper and Perth Now website from News Corporation. The deal could see the West printing the Sunday Times from as early as November.
The Sunday Times and the West Australian newspaper have been competitors for more than 100 years. But dropping circulation and increasing popularity of online news has made it tough for both to exist in the same marketplace. The ACCC has now given Seven West Media, owner of The West, the green light to buy the Sunday Times.
What we'll get is the masthead and the rights to their digital asset, which is Perth Now.
The deal does not include the Sunday Times building, and while staffing arrangements are yet to be finalised, redundancies are expected.
If the sale wasn't allowed to go ahead, would we see the close of the Sunday Times anyway? Would News be looking to pull out? So it is a bit of a bittersweet decision.
The media union is also concerned about a lack of diversity of news, but the ACCC says it won't be significant, nor will a lack of competition for advertisers.
That's just business, you know. Media products in that context are businesses and they have to make their business model work, and if they can't, then they don't continue to exist.
Seven West CEO Chris Wharton hopes to have the Sunday Times rolling off the West's presses by November.
We don't plan to change too much to start with because, you know, it's got its own readership and, you know, they enjoy that newspaper and they sell a lot of them, and so, you know, we don't want to walk over something that's working.
Rob Scott, 7 News.
20 years after her infamous maiden speech, there's been a different reaction to Pauline Hanson's debut in the Senate. Her warning that Australia is being swamped by Muslims was condemned by many, but some politicians supported her ideas.
In the heart of one of Sydney's major Muslim communities, no surprises that Pauline Hanson's speech was met with derision and despair.
It's disgusting, of course, it's very disgusting.
I think maybe she has a sickness.
I don't think she has any right to say that.
The speech called for an end to Muslim immigration amid claims Australia was being swamped. It's outraged Islamic groups.
She's completely out of touch when it comes to Islam, and I really, really feel sorry for her.
She's delusional. She does not understand the impact of her hatred on our country.
Fears too it will simply fuel extremism.
If they're not already feeling marginalised or isolated because of their belief systems or sometimes their ethnic background, they certainly will now.
In Canberra too, condemnation.
Outdated, outmoded, inaccurate.
Vile, hateful, hurtful comments.
We didn't ban all Catholics when the IRA was blowing up restaurants in London.
But Senator Hanson isn't backing down.
I will not apologise to you. I will not apologise to anyone.
Others echoed her views today.
We should consider some tighter controls on borders.
It represents the views of many Australians and we respect that.
No surprise when she holds 500,000 votes and the balance of power in the Senate. Chris Reason, 7 News.
Perth residents are recycling more than ever thanks to the new 3-bin system introduced to some councils a year ago. Bayswater, Rockingham, Stirling, Cambridge and Cottesloe councils were part of the pilot program. They now use a red lid bin for general waste, a yellow lid bin for recycling and a green lid bin for organic waste. A year on, the state government says households with 3 bins are recycling double the amount of households with fewer bins. The state government has budgeted more than $15 million for other councils to use the Better Bins system. Construction has officially begun on what will be WA's only oceanside swimming pool. The $100 million redevelopment of the Scarborough foreshore will also see bars, restaurants and parks for kids. Kate Smithers reports.
One of Australia's most beautiful beaches in the middle of a facelift. The $100 million redevelopment includes restaurants, bars, parks, boardwalks and a new surf club. But the City of Stirling says their jewel in the crown is this, WA's only oceanside swimming pool.
I do hope that others take our lead because I think it's a great initiative that we've taken on and I'm sure that this will be the best place to come to swim.
The pool itself has been 3 years in the making. The city doesn't want to detract from the beach, but rather offer an alternative.
If you're scared of sharks or other things, you can actually stay and swim at the pool.
The pool will be open all year round. It'll be heated to 32 degrees and be open to 200 people at a time. The City of Stirling says fees to use the pool will be similar to other pools in their zone, around $7 for an adult, $4 per child. It'll be ready to use January 2018. Kate Smithers, 7 News.
Dramatic rescues in Melbourne's floodwaters, but one man is still missing. And Nat Fyfe back at training on his own. See our pictures. Plus sunscreens put to the test. What you need to know this summer.
Then sneaky Mick he built on his neighbour's land. Now they have to pay to get it back.
You're just destroying our life, Mick.
How this medical doll could save Perth lives.
This is all the technology under here.
Plus the WA childcare centre's facing a price hike.
They're calling it an absolute gem.
Really?
But there's nothing sparkly about it.
You can't have your breakfast out here. You might die.
Can the team make this house shine on a tiny budget?
It looks like a brand new kitchen.
And can they sell it for a dream price? New Selling Houses Australia. Tonight, 9 o'clock.
He's asleep.
I've got the gelateria.
Is that ice cream?
No, it's a blue ribbon gelateria.
Looks like ice cream.
It's not.
Can I have some?
You really wouldn't like it.
It's got caramel and crunchy stuff.
I like caramel and crunchy stuff.
It's not for kids.
I'm a grown-up.
New Blue Ribbon Gelateria. Creme brulee infused vanilla. Rich caramel topped with crunchy caramel shards. Way beyond ice cream.
When there's hard work to be done, you need more than a truck. What you need is a warrior. A truck that will hold its ground all day. The only truck with the soul of a sumo. Huso all day.
I got here on a pointless flight.
The new ANZ Adventures card has rewards and extras, like a domestic return flight each year.
And I'm still earning points.
Search ANZ Adventures.
Lottoland, please.
Lottoland.
Lotto Land. Does this place look like the internet to you? Lottoland has the world's
Biggest jackpots.
Not here. The US Powerball.
Key now.
Double the jackpot.
Euro Millions.
The Mega Millions. La 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 la.
This week's US Mega Millions jackpot is over $150 million.
Play online or on your mobile at lottoland.com.au.
He's right on the 50-metre line. A lot of pressure on this kick. He's just going to have to block everyone out.
In the AFL finals, it all comes down to one touch. Get the touch with a first goal scorer bet. If your player doesn't kick the first goal, but kicks the second or third, it's money back up to $50. Get the Tab Touch.
We, the team at Officeworks,
will always
bring our customers
the lowest prices
on everything your workplace needs.
From the biggest desk
to the smallest pin.
We check prices daily.
And if you find
a lower price anywhere else,
we'll beat it by 5%.
this is our commitment.
to you and to Australia.
It's our lowest prices promise.
If you've got the big ideas, Officeworks has the lowest prices.
For the ultimate grand final experience, the code word tonight is Melbourne. To win a trip to the Toyota AFL Grand Final for you and 5 mates, listen to Steve and Basil on 6PR Breakfast tomorrow for your chance to win.
Show is coming to town. And our 2016 show bag guide is all you need to get the most bang for your show bag buck. From the newest bags on offer to your all-time favourites and everything in between. Don't miss the 7 days 2016 show bag guide. Only in the Weekend West.
In Seven's Money Watch, the Australian share market has closed higher today. The ASX 200 was up 12 points. The big four banks all gained ground. Commonwealth had the biggest increase, up $1.34. Rio Tinto and BHP also closed higher. Gold is trading at over $1,300 an ounce, and oil is $43 a barrel. 1 Australian dollar is buying 74 US cents and 56 British pence. Department store giant Myer has overcome the trend towards online shopping to double its yearly profit. The company reported a full-year net profit of $60.5 million.
We've just completed the first year of a 5-year new Myer transformation journey.
The result follows store closures, reviews of the product range and efforts to improve customer service. Despite a frantic search, there's no trace of an elderly farmer swept away trying to cross a flooded creek in Western Victoria. The 84-year-old's ute washed into a dam near Hamilton. West of Geelong, a brother and sister were winched to safety just in time, with floodwaters up to their car windows. Around Adelaide, 70 millimetres fell in just 24 hours, damaging homes and flooding roads. Even local wildlife has been spotted fleeing in search of higher ground. While it's been a chilly start to autumn, Perth's long, hot summer isn't too far away. And the only laboratory in Australia equipped to test sunscreens is busily sorting through the best ones for when warmer weather finally arrives.
Blistered lips, scalded backs and second-degree burns. This is what happens when sunscreens go wrong.
And I was disgusted.
Melissa McCall is seeing red after a day at the beach turned bad. Despite lathering her son Damien in banana boat, she says he finished up looking like a tomato.
He was bright red, he was shiny, and he had blisters appearing right across his face.
Banana Boat says its products do work if used correctly, but others say they've had the same. At Australia's largest sunscreen testing lab, they use real people in real situations to test UV protection and water resistance.
They shouldn't be on the market if they don't comply with the Australian standard.
But they are. Choice tested 6 sunscreens here. Only 2 from the Cancer Council and Nivea lived up to their SPF 50 claim. Others from Banana Boat, Ombra and Ego tested anywhere from the high 20s to low 40s. But on sunscreen, there's one thing that almost all of us are doing wrong. 85% don't apply enough. The recommended amount for full body coverage is 30 mils. That's a shot glass and then some. Apply a full teaspoon to each arm and leg, as well as stomach and back, then half a teaspoon to the face. Dr. Andrew Rochford, 7 News.
Good Samaritans and police officers have received bravery awards for the way they reacted when a bus and ute collided in the United States. A fire broke out with the pickup driver still trapped inside. After trying to put out the flames, rescuers separated the vehicles, then prized a door open to free the man. Donald Trump has admitted he needs to lose weight as America's presidential candidates release medical records to prove they're fit and healthy to sit in the Oval Office.
I feel as good today as I did when I was 30.
Despite Hillary Clinton being in excellent mental condition, her doctor has revealed she takes a common blood thinner. It comes after a near collapse earlier this week. Basil's here with Sport Now, and Dennis Cometti joins you tonight, Baz.
Yes, Rick, the great man, along to talk sudden death semi-finals, and I'll ask him for his premiership pick. Plus, back on track. The Brownlow medalist steps onto Fremantle Oval to step up his rehab. And will the Eagles be 2 key big men down for the next 12 months?
With new Cats, our new Fun Thursdays are knockout. New Cats make you laugh out loud. Tonight at 8.
Hurry into your Subaru dealer. Offer ends September 30.
It's trade-in and save month at Godfrey's. Save up to $500 on all the big brands.
This powerful Hoover Tornado has excellent pickup on carpet and hard floors. Hard price now only $149, or pay only $95 with trade-in. But only at Godfrey's.
You've decided to start a business. Expect late nights, lost weekends. Do not expect a steady wage. Cash flow, of course, is imperative, yet difficult to maintain. Still, business owners will put it all on the line, knowing full well that on average only 50% of new businesses actually succeed.
Life. It's about more than money. NAB.
Australia, it's spring lamb time right now at Coles.
Coles Fresh Spring Lamb loin chops, just $17.50 a kilo. Look for the Spring Lamb logo on pack.
Coles Fresh, spring's best.
Yay!
Dad, Jamie's taking the golf.
Jamie's taking the golf.
The unmistakable thunk of a Golf. Yours from only $22,990.
Volkswagen.
Not a single moment goes by when I cannot immerse myself entirely in live sport. I can shout and scream in 100 different stadiums, all at the same time. I'm a member of the world's favorite online sports betting company. I am a member of Bet365.
Gamble responsibly.
The Sports Report brought to you by Bet365.
The West Coast Eagles are facing a ruck crisis. They've already lost Nick Naitanui for most of next season, and now backup ruckman Scott Lycett admits he might need a knee reconstruction too, which could put him out for between 6 and 12 months.
Scott Lycett went into the elimination final against the Bulldogs with a knee injury and aggravated it in the first quarter.
I think I was all right to play. Simo asked me the same question after the game, and it was a final, and I'm pretty content with myself that I went out there and I thought I was all right to play, and that just unfortunately copped a knock and affected the knee.
The Eagles revealed after the game that Lycett would need surgery, and he flew to Melbourne yesterday to get a second opinion.
We got a bit more of an idea of what we're going to do, but if it's a recon, it could be anywhere between 6 to 12, but yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed.
We should know more in the next couple of days. Nat Fyfe isn't wasting any time with his comeback. While many of his teammates are on leave, the Brownlow medalist was out on Fremantle Oval today doing some ball work. He's confident of being ready for pre-season. Over in Melbourne, Bulldogs fans were getting a little emotional.
Because it's something we've sort of looked forward to all our lives.
Their final training session before tomorrow night's semi-final against Hawthorn, and their banner writer was working on some lines.
We're here because our boys are firing. You're only here because you missed after the siren.
Some are looking beyond, to a premiership maybe. Just don't ask them if they dare to dream.
What do you mean? No, we're not dreaming. We're perfect.
Chris Young, 7 News.
And Dennis Cometti joins me now. Den, welcome. 6 teams left in it. Who's your premiership favourite?
Well, I think you've got to say GWS at the moment. Unlikely, I know, but they've got the form. They've beaten Sydney 2 of their last 3. They've clashed 3 times this season, the last 2 by over 40 points. They've beaten Geelong 1 out of 2, and the loss was 10 points at Simmons Stadium. They've beaten the Bulldogs, and they've thrashed Hawthorn, so that's pretty good form, I reckon. GWS, is the world ready for a GWS premiership?
Oh, too much too soon, perhaps. Tomorrow night, you've got the Hawks and the the Bulldogs. Bulldogs so good against the Eagles.
And the Hawks probably, if you were judging last Friday night's game on artistic merit, they should have won. But it's not judged on artistic merit, so Hawthorn lost, and as a result, they've got a tough game. I think they'll win, but the Western Bulldogs, so plucky, so good, so strong, they'll make a real contest of this one.
And Saturday night it's Sydney and Adelaide. Swans disappointing last week.
Yeah, well, if you go back to round 4, Adelaide defeated Sydney at the Adelaide Oval. Betts got 4, Franklin got 4. They'll be key players again. I don't see the goal support coming for Buddy, though, so I'm going to tip Adelaide to win. I notice you're going for Sydney, but it should be a terrific weekend of football.
Absolutely. Good on you, Dan. Thank you. Nick Kyrgios has confirmed he's fit and ready to lead Australia in tomorrow's Davis Cup tie in Sydney. Kyrgios will play the opening match against Slovakia after overcoming the hip injury, which cut short his US Open campaign earlier in the month.
I'm playing great tennis. I think I was playing my best tennis of my life, last week. Just, I was a bit disappointed to pull out, but, I'm ready for whatever challenges come tomorrow.
Bernard Tomic is also hot favourite to win his singles rubber. And you can catch all the action tomorrow live and free from 9 a.m. on 7-2. Australian wheelchair tennis player Dylan Alcott has completed a golden double at the Rio Paralympics. The 25-year-old won the men's quad singles less than 24 hours after winning the doubles. It's Alcott's 3rd Paralympic gold after also winning in wheelchair basketball in 2008. He's quite an athlete, isn't he? Terrific performance, and of course the Paralympics continue on 7-2. Here's Rig.
Thanks, Baz. The cold front is moving through Perth. Sam will tell us when the rain will clear next.
Sneaky Mick. He built on his neighbour's land. Now they have to pay to get it back.
You're just destroying our life, Mick.
How this medical doll could save Perth lives.
This is all the technology under here.
The WA childcare centre's facing a price hike.
Children will miss out.
Plus plastic surgery at 70. Over 200 nips and tucks, and she's not done yet.
The Rio Paralympics, 8:30 tonight on 7-2.
Dylan does the double. See Dylan Alcott win a legendary 2nd gold in Rio.
He's the undisputed king of men's quad tennis.
Then,
my dream is to stand on top of the podium.
Curtis McGrath in his unmissable final. And our Steelers thunder against Brazil in the rugby. Stream it wherever you go on the 7 Live app.
Go to the games, 8:30 on 7-2.
The John Hughes Ford Demo Plate clearance sale is now on, with massive savings on Fiesta, Focus, the Rugged Ranger and the exciting new 7-seat Everest. Nobody beats our trade-in prices because we want your Ford business and we're prepared to pay for it.
You can't fake 105 years of Buller family history, and you can't fake all the scones or scones that have graciously accepted the authentic creaminess of Buller cream. Buller, some things are just unfakeable.
Expect a whole lot more at the IGA Perth Royal Show, which starts on September 24.
To see all the new attractions, displays, events, rides and shows, just visit the website.
Rooms come in all shapes and sizes. Some rooms are big, some are small, some are... whoa. With 5 times more fragrance control, the new Airwick scented oil warmer lets you dial it up or down to fill massive minimalist rooms, small secret rooms, even tall rooms you climb to. A treehouse is a room too. It's the perfect amount of fragrance in any size home, in any size room. Airwick, home is in the air.
Free ANZ property profile reports give you a better view of a home's potential price.
And the price?
Who knows? There's a lot of interest, so really, about that, yeah.
You don't need to be an ANZ customer. Search ANZ Buy Ready.
Right now, receive free installation and delivery on LG OLED TVs. View everything in unbeatable black and amazing colours. This 55-inch OLED TV now $39.98. Save $1,000 plus free delivery and installation.
Retrovision, as local as you.
It's time to visit the place where you can bag unbelievable bargains. A place bursting with premium goods at sensational prices, waiting and ready for you to save. Head straight to WA's legendary online auction, Click to Bid. It's now live, so get bidding on thousands of products from local retailers. But hurry, these massive reductions won't last. Easy, secure, packed with bargains. Clicktobid.com.au. Powered by The West Australian.
Get the best help for your new home journey. Renowned as Perth's finest renovators, $1 Million Makeovers can transform your home in 6 weeks or less with their award-winning team. Go to milliondollarmakeovers.net.au. Since 1972, the Decor family has transformed the homes of over 30,000 Perth families. For window shutters, blinds or curtains, you must visit Decor Blinds and Curtains. To get more help, go to newhomesguide.com.au.
Do more of the good stuff. New Forester from Subaru.
This weather report brought to you by Bridgestone Tyres. Put yourself in safe hands.
We've found Australia's best meat pie. Could it be from Perth? Nat's Big Taste Test on Sunrise tomorrow.
Now Fuel Watch, Perth's petrol prices. Brought to you by Fuel Watch and 7 News.
Hello, we've had a wet evening, but up to this point, it's actually been Perth's driest September to date for 8 years. But it was the cold night and morning that really stood out. We got down to 4.3 degrees. Our maximum today was early, 18.6. Right now, it's about 13 degrees and the humidity is high. Let's take a look at the suburbs now. Fremantle has had 4 millimetres of rain so far, 1.4 in Perth and 3 in the hills. Temperatures today range from 16 to 19 degrees. Taking a look at the rest of the state, it was very cold in the south overnight. -1 in Wandering and a few other spots. And there have been some decent falls there as well, 13 millimetres in Walpole. Tomorrow, wind easing in Exmouth and early showers for the southwest. So a cold front is moving through Perth at the moment. A ridge of pressure will lie near the south coast on Saturday, but then another cold front is expected to move over the south of the state during Monday. On the east coast tomorrow, a possible shower and 15 in Canberra, 22 degrees in Sydney. There is a strong wind warning for Perth waters tomorrow. We can expect southerly winds up to 30 knots in the morning. So more rain tonight, and before dawn tomorrow, we're going to get down to 6 degrees. And looking at the forecast, we can see a few cold nights ahead. A top of 17 degrees tomorrow, a partly cloudy top of 19 to kick off our weekend. Sunday will start off sunny, but then there might be a late shower or two. Showers Monday as well. A happy 60th wedding anniversary to Gwyn and Alf Bunting. Now for tonight's winning Powerball numbers for draw 1061, they are 13, 12, 27, 29, 232, and the Powerball is 12. Those numbers again, 13, 12, 27, 29, 232, and the Powerball is 12. Now here's Today Tonight, and Monica, an extraordinary property dispute.
Well, Sam, imagine discovering your next-door neighbour has built on your land and then refuses to give it back. That's exactly what's happened to one couple. And as David Richardson reports, the law isn't on their side.
Hey, Mick! Get your ass down here!
You can't pull our